Good evening once again. Our top story tonight. Letters are being sent to some people now saying that they owe the state of New York money. And for some people, it is thousands of dollars. Because as 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Buehler shows us now, it appears that many people tried to scam the state's unemployment system, or they just didn't know they were not eligible for benefits.
It took some people multiple hours and days on the phone, weeks, sometimes months, waiting for a check from New York State unemployment to arrive in the mail or direct deposit during the height of the pandemic last spring.
When the pandemic started, the system became overwhelmed, and they essentially had to remove the waiting period, and people still had to certify that they met the criteria to be eligible.
According to the New York State Department of Labor, New York has paid out more than $65 billion in unemployment benefits to more than 4 million New Yorkers. But it's now finding more than 425,000 fraudulent unemployment claims. In addition, the department found some people who received benefits were actually ineligible for the money. Now, many New Yorkers are getting letters in the mail from New York State Department of Labor saying they're not eligible for the unemployment benefits they received and they owe that money back.
A lot of people looked at it and saw that they could earn up to $1,100 a week as a maximum being on unemployment. And unfortunately, there were some people who tried to take advantage of that.
Kevin Wicca is an employment attorney in Buffalo. He says the state is now catching up to certifying the benefits for those who received them. He represents an employer who is going through this now.
And they had an employee who was making weekly a little bit less than what the unemployment benefit would have been. And despite the fact that there was work available for that person to work remotely and there were accommodations made, that particular employee chose to quit and then applied for the unemployment benefit.
He says people like that are now being asked to pay back, in many cases, tens of thousands of dollars. The New York State Department of Labor says each claim is unique and there are a number of reasons why a claimant might be required to repay benefits, especially for a brand new program like Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, which was launched in the middle of a global pandemic.
Hannah joins us live tonight. Now, Hannah, what happens to people who legitimately made a mistake here? This money was sent to them, or they thought they were eligible and they applied. What do they do now?
Well, Keith, that does happen, and they can contest it and request a hearing. Wicca says that it's pretty self-explanatory on the paperwork that these individuals do receive in the mail from the Department of Labor, but in more severe cases, it could require an attorney.
All right, thanks for the update on that, Hannah. Some good news tonight on